Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Just Whelmed Noted, with me, Eric, again, possibly alone, again, because Joe, me, fell behind again. Let me fix my collar a bit here. So yeah, that's that's where we are. It's probably just gonna be me again unless Tom wakes up. But yeah, no Joe again, possibly no Tom again. Uh, got Tom Zambino in the chat though, so hey Tom Zambino. All right, let's get to it. So these two episodes that we are covering are episode 3, Alienated, and episode 4, Salvage. We'll start obviously with episode 3, Alienated, where we start off pretty much exactly where the last episode left off, with Miss Martian, Superboy, and Beast Boy making it back from Ran and filling in the team and the Justice League on what exactly in happened in the missing 16 hours. So they learned that the 6 missing Justice League members attacked the planet of Rimbor, and just laid waste everything, declaring that they are the Justice League from Earth, and they should not be trifled with ever. And like a multitude of alien languages apparently. So everybody got the message. We're the Justice League. We are the ones wrecking you. And then gotta admit, Savage, pretty good plan. Pretty good plan. So, not knowing what to do, with this new, first of all, they have this new technology that is, well, they got the Zeta shield from that Adam Strange and the scientist guy helped create. We've got also this new scanning technology to scan anybody and say that oh, these are the Krolotans. And of course you can't have stuff like this happening without G. Gordon Godfrey saying, well, yeah, it's like they're finally giving it, but how long have they had it? And just Tim Curry just being his Tim Curryest of everything. So they find out that, well, they are now on a mission to get rid of the remaining Krolotans on Earth. So it's a mission that has a whole bunch of both members of the team and the League working together. So we have it's like on this we have Aquaman and Lagan. We have Wonder Woman and Wonder Girl. We've got Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Robin. And Batman's his own squad, and he's able to take down all the Krolotans all by himself in that launching off point. And they, going through all the squads, they start a beta. It's like, well, who's that? Alpha. We find out who Alpha is later, but yes, Tom, it did in fact start already. I'm about 5 minutes in. All right, so next off, we get to learn where Aqualad's been this whole time, and yeah, he is Black Manta's son, which is the one person that Joe swore up and down he would hate it if he was Black Manta's son. And right now, it appears that he is working with Black Manta and the Light and their new quote-unquote partner. So yeah, it's like there's this whole thing. It's like the Krolotans, they're like so confused. It's like, somebody sold us out. Why else would the main man, referring to Lobo, be after us? So they're like, okay, well, that's great. And it's the Krolotans and Black Manta soldiers and Aqualad fighting against a combination of the team in the League. It's during this when we get the title of this episode, where Wonder Woman is teaming up with Wondergirl, And Wondergirl is just being a bit of a fangirl with Wonder Woman doing her stuff, and Wonder Woman just plainly states less fangirl, more Wondergirl. She's like, actually, she says it more like less fangirl, more Wondergirl, please. And then Wondergirl, proceeds to wreck shop. We get once again more maneuver 7. It's the only maneuver they actually know, but this time with Nightwing and Batgirl, which is yeah, that makes sense for them to do a maneuver 7. We get a nice little team up between Superman and Superboy, where Superboy points out Superman triple combo, and then Superman throws Connor, and he managed to get 4 of them, and then Clark proceeds to be like a quadruple. Good job. And it's just like it's like everything you wanted out of their relationship that didn't exist in season 1, you get in this one scene, and it's great. And a bunch of battles, and then this mysterious guy with this very distinct voice plants a bomb below everything and sets the timer to 5 minutes. And it's an actual 5 minutes and not like a Frieza 5 minutes, so it actually blows up on time. And he alerts Aqualad. Aqualad alerts his team, and everybody notices everybody's escaping. Nightwing goes after Aqualad. Superboy comes and follows. He's like, Aqualad's like, you can take me in, or you can save everybody from that bomb. So your choice. Also during this battle, oh, Tom, if you want to join in, there's the link if you want to join in. It looks like you keep accidentally trying to do a capital 5, which is why you keep getting that percent. It'll explode in percent minutes. So after it's like during a bunch of the mishmash, we learn along with finding out that Aqualad is Black Mantis. Okay, you just woke up. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. All right. So, in addition to learning that Black Manta is Aqualad's father, we also learned that Tula not only joined the team, but also died in the line of duty, which is a big revelation. So, yeah, Tula's dead now. She died in between seasons. That's yeah. Technically, she died in the video game, which covers which covers like the 5th year of the team, which is like right before the series. So yeah. So Tula's dead. Yep, that she's dead. That's it. She's gone forever. Oh well. We miss her from the one episode she was in. Anyway, see the bomb. Aqualad just straight out wrecks Connor in one hit. It's just like, yeah, Aqualad would just wreck Connor in a one-on-one fight. Yeah. So Aqualad makes his escape. They can't defuse the bomb. They don't know what's in the bomb. It's alien. You could blow up just from them trying to remove it from the support beam. They try to get everybody to safety. Superman tries to stay behind and tries to convince the Krolatanes to escape with him. They just have them all go into their ship, and Superman will carry them out because their ship was in the process of being built because they were trying to escape because they can't Zeta out because they destroyed all their Zeta platforms last episode, 2 episodes ago rather. Well, last episode and 2 episodes ago. But. So the bomb blows up. Superman gets knocked into the water. Aquaman saves him, and it's like everyone's like, "Well, at least we're all safe." And then Connor's just like, "He didn't get to save any of the Krolatanes. Superman's not gonna like that at all." And that's like, yeah, he wouldn't like that. I'm also pretty sure this also still came out before Man of Steel, so this wasn't even a reaction to Man of Steel. Yeah, Superman would hate it if he didn't even get to save any of them. So yeah. So, everybody's all collected. At the beginning of the episode, Green Lantern went off to Oa to talk with the Guardians of the Universe, find out what's going on, and it's decided that the 6 members of the Justice League that are accused of what they did in the missing 16 hours are going to have to leave the planet and go to Rimbor to stand trial. So, and also along the way, they're going to get the assistance of Hawkman, Icon, and the other 2 Green Lanterns. So that means in this season, the Justice League is down Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Hawkgirl, all Green Lanterns, Hawkman, and Icon. Yeah, the Justice League is going to be a little underpowered for the remainder of the season, and that is going to come into play like a lot in this season, because that's most of the heavy hitters. Like the heavy hitters they have left are Red Tornado and Captain Atom, and that's about it. They are screwed. they're oh, and Captain Marvel too, but he's barely in this season. So yeah, they're going to be a little underpowered. Everybody gets their nice tearful goodbyes, where we get the actual confirmation that Superman thinks of Connor as a younger brother, not a son, which is a lot less weird and creepy than him being his son. Him being a brother is a lot better. And we get a little bit more of that later in the season as well, with the rest of the Kent family. Superboy also gets his Kryptonian name is Con-El, which I thought was a nice touch. So yeah, that's about it for this episode. So we will move on to episode 4, Salvage, and starting off this episode, we get a little bit of what's been going on with Roy, and he is in some pretty bad shape. He's stumbling. Hasn't shaved. He's got really scraggly hair. It's like his reflexes are way off. He's stumbling. He's just not in great shape. He stops a crook. He trips him with an arrow, and then gas comes out of the arrow, which I thought was a pretty good move. And then he gets the sack of money that the criminal had. He took a wad of cash out of it, put in his back pocket, and gave it back to the store owner, which is a really shady move. And it's just to underline how far gone Roy has gotten at this point. So Green Arrow decides that he has to call an intervention. So he gets Jim Harper, Black Canary, Dick, Nightwing, probably some other people. I think that's about it for this group that they have, and they just have a rooftop thing, which is where we learn that Wally and Artemis, they retired. They're out of the game at this point. They're going to college and some city, I forgot what it was. I'll probably bring it up next episode. Bring it up next week. But they're retired. They're done. They're like, we're out. We're good. And then just over the course of the episode we get Black Canary's like Red Arrow's just like, I'm at the top of my game. I'm fine. And then Black Canary's just like, really? And just sort of weakly attacks him. And he's just like, almost falls off the building. And she's like, that was me holding back. Way back. Dude, seriously. And, we get the official confirmation that Jim Harper is, in fact, another clone. And, yeah, that sucks. And he officially retired as Guardian as well. So that mantle is up for grabs. If only we had another character that was Guardian on the team. Mal. Anyway, so that's about it for this part of the episode. You know, we have a conclusion to that, but we'll save that for later. The other part of this episode is Superboy. He wants to try to figure out what's going on. So he's like something fishy is going on. I need to check something out. So he wants to grab somebody to go on a solo mission. He looks to one side. He sees that, you know, Beast Boy is being tutored by it was Snapper Carr, who is their teacher from Happy Harbor, if memory serves, being like a personal tutor to Beast Boy. And I'm like, okay, well, there's, you know, Beast Boy's busy, and he looks at McGann and Lagan, and they're busy making out. So he's like, I'm not, nope. And then he looks at Blue Beetle. He's just like, you're like the only one left. So he's like, tag, you're it. So he grabs Blue Beetle, and they're on a solo mission, and they manage. And they're like, okay, so we got to figure out what's going on with all these abductions and why everything is going the way it is. Also, I believe at this point the actual shield goes up. Or it was either late last episode or early this episode that the shield actually goes up. So there's that. So they're going around. They're just sort of cruising at this point in you know, Sphere / Super Cycle, where Sphere it's like they're like trying to figure out what's going on, and they're tracking down Intergang, if you don't remember, is Ugly and Whisper. So they've got some apocalyptic gadgetry where they are reanimating the Appalachian golems, which were shown in an earlier episode in the Hall of Justice. Which I think actually in episode 3 as like a quick thing. And they're these essentially these 4 elemental golems that were inhabited by like these psychic creatures. That was like the call to action to form the Justice League. And Ugly's got this thing, and he like uses it to outside of the Hall of Justice to like interact with them, and they all sort of just like conform into one giant monster. And we get we get this giant golem that's just like wrecking shop. Oh, also Wolf's on the team. I forget. Just assume if he's going up, if Superboy's going on a mission, he brings Wolf along. So it's Wolf, Blue Beetle, and Superboy trying to take on this giant golem. So this is finally the episode where we start to actually hear the back and forth between Jaime and his Beetle, where they're like saying that, like, you know, Ted Cord, the former Blue Beetle, died before he got to use this thing, and he developed it, which we all know is not true. So yeah, they're like, okay, it's like everybody thinks that this thing was developed by Ted Cord, but it's not. But, you know, it's just going back and forth. Well, you know, it's like trying to figure out what's going on. He's like battling his inner demon, and he has this line. It's like, you know, Connor's just like, stop battling your inner demons and help me. He's like, it's just the one. Trust me, one is enough. And so Jaime tries to use a sonic attack on the golem, and Superboy's like, no, don't do that, you idiot. And it knocks them all out, and then the golem just sort of makes his way off with Whisper and Ugly. So everybody recuperates, and then Superboy berates Blue Beetle for not doing his homework, essentially, because giving the history on the Appalachian golems and how it was the League's first mission, and Jaime's like, wait, you're not serious, right? I was supposed to read up on all this. He's like, yeah, dude. He's just like stupid freshman. So it's like, okay, yeah. So Blue Beetle didn't do his homework, kind of paid the price for it. So they catch back up with with Ugly and Whisper. And then Superboy's just like, hey, Seer, just disable any apocalyptic signals, please. He does. And, the thing that Ugly's using to control the golem just breaks, shatters into pieces. And the golem's just like, well, screw you guys. And he knocks around Whisper and Ugly. Blue is able to staple them to the wall with his staple gun arms that he can do sometimes, which is pretty handy. And they go after the golem because it's on its way to a nuclear power plant, which is not good. All the while, the mysterious partner of the light is having a conversation with Sportsmaster. Sportsmaster is like, don't worry, I'll take care of everything, and he just sort of wanders off. And Superboy, Blue Beetle, and Wolf meet back up with the golem, and then it's like Blue Beetle makes this offhand comment about, if only we could talk to the thing. It's like, and then Escarp's like, yeah, but that wouldn't be any fun. And then Jaime has his moment. He's like, wait, we can do that? So Jaime uses his sonic cannon to sort of be able to communicate as like this lightning rod, as this sort of like sonic lightning rod against the golem, and they're able to, and Jaime is able to speak as the golem, and the golem just wants to end its existence because existence is suffering, and that's pretty dark. And then Blue Beetle's just like, we can help you. We can help. We can do something, man. We can help. And it's like, as the golem is about to essentially join their team, another sonic wave comes out from behind Superboy and just obliterates this thing, and it's gone. And Blue Beetle's just like, what happened? Who killed it? And then Superboy's like, something ugly. And he thinks that Ugly was the one that destroyed it. Make it back to where they're stapled, and Ugly and Whisper are brain dead. They're just like, ugh, just attached to the tree. So it wasn't them. It was the partner that they have no idea about. So yeah, that's it for that. They were able to save the Eastern Seaboard, so at least there's that. But then they were able, everything's all set, and then of course we get back to the Speedy, not the Speedy storyline. Well, technically the Speedy storyline, because Roy's all mopey that everybody gave up on looking for Speedy, because he's just like, I've been searching for 5 years. You all gave up. I've got to do this on my own. Makes it back to his apartment. Cheshire's there. They got married. They have a baby, and Cheshire had to rejoin her life of crime, and also had to leave Roy because he was so self-absorbed in his mission that there was no room for her or their baby. But Cheshire cashed in all her chips, and she's got one final lead on the whereabouts of the original Roy Harper. And that is where we end this episode of Just Whelmed Noted, that Speedy, the real Speedy might still be out there. Superboy, Superboy, Blue Beetle took down that golem. Kid Flash and Artemis are both retired, and the Justice League is severely underpowered at this point. So that's it for this week, guys. Tune in next week as we talk about the next 2 episodes, which are Beneath and Bloodlines. Bloodlines is probably one of my favorite episodes this season because of one of the character that gets introduced in it. But enough about that. This week's done. See you guys next week, hopefully with some other guests, because that's 2 in a row that I flew solo on, and sometimes I need a break in talking. Bye.